Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video series on JavaScript tutorials. In this video, we are going to see about JavaScript timers. So let us begin. So I have created two files, basically for one for set timeout and one for set interval. So these are the two functions that are normally used to use the timers. So the first one is basically used whenever you want something or some function to be run after a certain delay, and the set interval command is used whenever you want to run something after regular intervals. Okay, so let's see a simple tutorial on how to use these. Okay, so what I've done is I have created a simple HTML, and in that there are only three elements. There is an h1 tag with the text please click the button, and there are two more buttons, one for click me and one for cancel me. And in the script tag I have just selected those DOM elements with the help of query selectors. And now let me, before I start the actual use of set timeout, let me first make this particular page working. So basically what I want to do is, as soon as I click the click me button, the text in the h1 should change. Okay, now to do that, it's very simple. You just have to do select the button, add an event listener, and the event listener is going to be click, and you can add a function with which receives a parameter that is going to be the event, which we don't require in this case. Next, once the event is clicked or the button is clicked, we have to get the h1 and target the inner HTML. Oh, sorry, it is h1 dot inner HTML and set it to be button clicked. Okay, so now let's see if this works. If I click the click me button, now that works. Okay, now let's see how to implement the set timeout in this. Okay, so what I want to do is, when I click this button, it should not immediately show me button clicked, but it should wait for at least 3 seconds and then show me button clicked. Okay, so let's remove this line from here, and then I just have to say set timeout, and the set timeout takes two parameters. Okay, so the first parameter is the function that you want to run, and the second parameter is going to be the delay, and the delay we know we are going to set it as 3000 milliseconds. Okay, so this is in milliseconds, and now this is the thing that we want to run. Okay, so I will just give a function, and inside the function I will just use the code that we have written before. Okay, now let us see if this works. Let's save and click. You can see it waits for 3 seconds and then it says button clicked. Okay, so that is perfect. Now let's see how we can cancel a timer that is already set. Okay, so we have already set this timer. Now we want to reset this particular timer when I click this cancel me button. Okay, so let's see how to do that. So first of all, I will create a timer variable. Okay, so let's call it my timer. Okay, and the reason why I have put it on the top is because I want it to be accessed from other functions also. Okay, so now what I want to do is, whenever the set timeout function is run, it actually returns a timer ID. Okay, so we can just assign that timer ID to this particular variable. Okay, so now I have the timer variable initialized. Okay, so once that is done, now we can use the clear timeout function inside this particular timer to cancel cancel that particular timer. Okay, now how to use it? So basically now I have put this over here. Now let's duplicate this function, and I want to replace click me with cancel me, and then I can remove everything from here, and now I can say clear timeout. This is the function that I want to run, and inside it, you have to give the timer that you want to clear. Okay, so once you do this, now if you save it and if you run, you can click the click me button, and if you do not do anything, that particular event will be triggered. But let me refresh, and if I click again and immediately after that if I click cancel me, you can see that timer is cancelled. Okay, so this text does not appear. Okay, so that is how you can use a timer, set timeout option whenever you want to delay a particular operation. Okay, now let's see about the set interval option. Okay, so let's see over here and let's start that on the live server. So again here I'm going to create a similar setup where there is an H1 which is holding a value of 100. Then there are two buttons, one for counting up and one for counting down. And in the JavaScript there is I have declared a variable called counter and initialized it with 100. And there are three DOM selectors that I've used for selecting these three elements. Okay, now let's begin. Now what I want to do is it's pretty obvious that when I click on the up button, it should start counting upwards, and when I click the down button, it should start counting downwards. Okay, so let us see how we can do this particular thing. So again, as usual, we will have to have an add event listener. So let's do that, add event listener with the click event and the function that needs to be run, which will get an event as the parameter. And now this is the function that I have. Okay, so now here what I'm going to do is I am going to use the set interval command. Okay, now again this command takes the same attributes like before. Okay, so it will take the function as the first parameter and the delay as the second parameter. So the delay here is, let me say I want to do an up counter every 1 second. Okay, so it is going to count up every 1 second. So this is the case. Now this particular function that is there inside, it's going to run every 1 second. So now here I can decide what is to be done, right? So what I can do is I can just take the counter and increment it, and after incrementing it I can just say h1 dot inner html is equal to counter. Okay, so that should update my this counter upwards. Okay, so let's try it out. So you can see my counter works in the up direction. Now let's see how I can do a down counter. Okay, so for the down counter, again this code is going to repeat. Okay, so now let's see what all changes will be there. So let's use countdown over here, event listener, set interval, and counter should be decrementing downwards, and then the code all remains the same. Okay, now this is now this will create a problem. Let's see what will be the problem. Let's say if I click on down, it counts downwards, but when I click up, okay, so you can see what is the problem that is happening. So basically both of the timers are running right now, because what you should have done is you should have cancelled the previous timer and then started a new timer. Okay, so let's do that now. So let's set a timer called my timer. Okay, and whenever I am going to start a timer, I am going to assign it to the timer variable. Okay, and before starting a new timer I should always use my timer dot clear, sorry, it's clear interval, and let's give the name of the timer, that is my timer. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. So whenever I am going to start a new interval, I am going to first clear the old interval. Okay, so same code comes over here, and I can just copy the I should assign this also to the interval. Okay, so now if I save it and let's try it again. If I do up counting, it counts up. If I do down counting, it stops the previous counter and starts the down counting. Okay, and again up, and that is how you can create a simple counter using a set interval. Okay, so I hope you understood how you can use set timeout and set interval. I will see you in the next JavaScript tutorial. Till then, have a nice day.